Good day, good morning, good evening, good everyone. I'm back, just down, look, checking wasp traps. That's got wasps, flies and moths in it. That one's changing. Look at all these. All wasps. I didn't see no Asian hornets amongst it, as far as I can see. So we just come down to see what the bees are doing. I'm going to have a little inspection on a few. We have had some rain, but it ain't done a sight. I know the bees are quite busy. There's a lot of flight in the air. I'm also going to remove some of the nukes out. Some of the empty nukes out. But there's a couple of eyes I need to run through. I need to assess some situations. There's a lot of flight. Hopefully the bit of rain, you know, helped a bit, and there's a little bit for the bees to go and collect. Because although these blackberries, all the flowers, there's still some blackberry flowers to come. Not a lot really, but there's more so up the other end of the farm than there is down this end. But there's still all that purpley stuff, pink stuff. So there is a little bit for them. So yeah, it's warmed up, so hopefully the bees will be too busy to notice that I'm amongst them. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, so you see my video with the queen that I damaged accidentally last season, but she's come through the season really strong. Done a couple of splits off that hive. She is just down here now in another hive, filling that up. So even though I was very clumsy and got her, pinched her, she's still doing her job. I will do another video of all the different queen clips that I've got, although one of them I chucked away, because they're all different, and I tell you, some of them are pretty lethal, especially when you're a bit clumsy and you're wearing them big leather gloves or whatever, which I don't tend to do not much now, the leather gloves. But with queens, what I'll do now, if I see a queen on a frame, I'll take the glove off and I'll try and get her with my fingers, and I'll like try and get a wing and hold her by a wing, and then I'll transfer and pinch two of her legs so she can't get away, and then I'll mark her. Or sometimes I don't even mark them, I'll just put them in a cage away from the hot light, separate from the hive, so I can run through the hive quicker, and then at the end put her back in. I don't clip wings no more. There's no need to clip wings down here. It just makes me have to be more aware of swarming bees, obviously. But yeah, I don't clip wings, because I did notice when I was clipping wings up regular, sometimes, quite often, the bees would replace that queen pretty quickly. And obviously the wings, there must be nerves and stuff in the wings, so you are damaging the queen when you do that. So I don't do that no more down here, because if they swarm, they swarm. They ain't swarming into no one's house. If they are, then it's an house far, far away, where the gingerbread man lives. So we ain't got to worry. Yeah. If I see anything interesting when I'm going through some of these hives, I'll come back. There is a lot of hives to go through now down here. Over 30, so it's not a speedy process, which is why I'm not filming, don't film much of it, because it just takes so long filming. And there's loads of things, you know, loads of channels where you can go look at bees if you want to see every inspection and things. Yeah, well, I'm also going to the Deer Farm after I've done this, to check them bees. Maybe make a couple of splits. We'll see. Might try and get a couple of splits off of them. Let's see, get a couple. Take them through nukes on winter. Probably have to feed now soon, because there ain't no flow, I don't think. Bees are quite busy though, there's a lot of bee traffic. Anyway, we'll see. Shut up, Mark. So look how many wasps we caught in that one. A lot of wasps. So many that they don't drown very well. So I'm at the deer farm. It's not looking good. It's looking like the Layens hive might have been killed out by wasps. All the wasps. They know their way in and all. Even going in the pipe. Let's give it some smoke. So I blocked this entrance and I blocked this entrance. So it's only this entrance. But it looks like it's being robbed and wasps. Also this end hive looks really quiet. Just wasps going in. That was queen like last time, nice queen and all. The hive next to it looks alright. This one looks like a goner and all to the wasp. So if it ain't the birds, it appears the wasp. Not a very good time. We'll have a look. You know when it's, yeah, look, done. Wax moth. Yeah, wax moth. So last time I come, that was a nice healthy hive. Now that is just riddled with wax moth. So I'd say that's the same. So that's a bit odd that two died like that when they were really strong hives. I say you see in the video the queen, the previous queen was all good, white marked. So I'd probably say the wasps got in there and done a number, done a job. The annoying thing is, right, all the frames, hang on, let me get some out, let me pull it apart. That's how what it is, they've just stuck it together. Wax moth larvae. Hang on, I'll get some out and I'll come back and show you. So that's what they do to the box. And what they do, they actually bury into the wood, and then the frames they ruin it. So perhaps maybe the bees swarmed. But the annoying thing is you set that hive up and you put all new wax in them, and now the wax is no good. Letting the wasps get in there looking for protein or whatever. So they totally, wax moth totally destroy hive. And that's, well, what's that, 2 weeks? Within 2 weeks they've done that. Wasp and wax moth. So that's got to go. So to be honest, as lovely as this site is and stuff, I think it's done. It's the second year it's failed me. Last year it failed with the queen rearing, and the birds were eating all them. Birds were eating all the bees. So that all needs cleaning out. So So this hive, I'll check this hive, it's got bees in it. But what'll happen now, you see that hive, I'll move that hive out. That hive looks like a dead out as well. You move that out, everything will target that hive. And well, it's how long they can withstand. So we'll probably just move that hive out as well. Well, I think it's probably a case we're going to have to. I'll have a look in it, see what's going on. I'll just crack open the Layens hive and see what's going on, because although there is bees there, but are they just robbing bees? There's a lot of wasps coming out, they're probably just robbing it. I'll open it out and have a look. Sad, man, sad. So there's a lot of drones coming out. See, last time I checked, this hive was queen right and it was doing well. A lot of wasps coming out. So I'll get some frames out and have a look. The bees coming out could just be robbing it. The drones, obviously, well, I don't know. So possibly this one's gone drone laying queen. I'll get a frame out and show you. So there is worker brood, but it's really spotty, look. But there's a big amount of drones. So it's probably not a very well mated queen. There's a high number of drones on there, and that's like shotgun brood. That is worker brood though, it does look like worker brood size. So I'll get another frame out. Yeah, so that's the same. So the queen's gone drone layer, or it's a drone laying worker. The other side's the same. So they'll get robbed out because the drones won't defend the hive, and there won't be enough workers to do it. They'll get picked off. Now there was a nice queen in here, but obviously she ain't got mated very well. Or she went on a mated flight and didn't come back, and then workers took over pretending to be queen. I'll keep going, I'll go right through. I've not got my phone stand or anything, so I don't think I can stand it with this. It'll look the wrong way. Maybe that? No. No. So yeah, wax moth has totally taken this over. Wax moth and wasps. And drone laying queen, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that lid there on the floor, and I'm going to shake all the bees into that lid near that hive. Although I probably don't want them going in that hive. Oh, the days. Okay, so I've shook them out now. There's a lot of good back there, but there's no point. See, there's hardly any workers. They are fanning though, look. So I'd say a worker went, or multiple workers probably went dry, like laying eggs. But there was a nice queen, but obviously she could still be here and just weren't mated very well. There's a lot of drones in there. I'm not seeing a queen. Oh yeah, I am, look, there's a queen. Where is she? Obviously she's no good. Where'd she go? Let's see if I can find her again. So there is a queen. but obviously she's not mated. I'll put her on the door and let her walk back in. Not that it's going to do any good. So she's gone back in there, although it wouldn't do no good because she's obviously not laying. I'll just knock these back into the box. See, they're not stingy or anything, but obviously they won't live because of the wasps. Too strong. Who knows? So I'll leave that hive there and hopefully it'll rain and the rain will wash through it a bit. The wax moth don't like the light. Even better if I stand it up, I suppose. So they don't like the wind either. But you see they're just dropping out of it. The wax moth just falling out. What a day. So really it was pointless putting that queen back in there, but oh well. It's better than just leaving them all on the floor to die, I suppose. You never know, they might right themselves. Can't see it myself. But yeah, say last time I did see a queen in there when I checked them before, and she were laying, and it were laying well. And there was still a bit of that worker brood left, but not much. So we need to put some wasp guard on this hive, and I'll probably move it at the weekend. So I'll get some cardboard and shimmy their door and make it smaller. Okay, so I took the supers off for that one. They weren't doing anything with them, but the wasps up here is unreal. I was going to do a split, but I'm not going to do that now because it'll be way too weak and they'll get took out. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to strap up that hive, and then tomorrow night I'll move that hive up the farm with the others because there's less wasp pressure. But them wax moth that are kicked out, they must smell the wax in the hive because they come straight up to come into the hive. Oh, I've got a gap. Got a little gap, bees. No, I don't think they can get in there. Perhaps I'll shift it over with a tool anyway, because wasps will get in any gaps like that. And you see what wasps do? What happens is, right, the wasp weakens the hive significantly. The wasp weakens it. Although them birds would have weakened the hives a lot as well. I don't think there is a way. Move it over a bit though. Yeah, I don't think they would have got in and out there. What happens is, like, say them birds and the wasps would have weakened the hive. Look, there's them wax moth larvae, and they are going towards the bloody hive. They were climbing up the frame and to the hive. See, there's one I killed there that was doing it. But anyway, as I was saying, them birds, they're to weaken the hive, which would probably be why that queen's not mated very well, because the bird would have took bees out. And I've noticed that the hives are not really grown really strong, so it makes you wonder if everyday foragers go out and just disappear and never come back. The queen keeps laying, but at some point can't keep up, and then the wasps show up. Obviously that queen didn't get mated very well, so the wasps show up, they start picking off guard bees, weakening the hive, weakening the hive, weakening the hive, and then the wax moths start getting in, and they start growing because the hive's not strong enough to deal with a wax moth. A strong hive will deal with a wax moth and keep them out. A strong hive will. Now, so you still get wax moth in strong hives, but the bees will deal with it. But when they're weak, it takes over pretty quick, and then obviously the wasp pressure, and then it ends up with that hive that was there. I've left it over there, so I stood up. Hopefully it'll rain and the wind will go through it, and I'll clean it out, move it out another day. I'll move both of them hives out at the same time because they want cleaning up now. But this one, yeah, I'll strap it up and move it, and then that's this site cleared. To be fair, the first year on this site was really good, and then I'd say the second year I couldn't work out why I weren't getting queen's bread, and queen rearing weren't working very well, and we did get a honey crop off it. I didn't notice them birds at the time, but then the year after, the season after, I noticed the birds, and like the queen rearing was not very good again. So after monitoring the site, yeah, you know, but maybe moving the bees to the woods, because of them being here, they have to fly out into open space straight away. And as you've seen in the other videos, them birds have just come round. They literally come right around here while I'm working the bees. They'll come swoop round here and take bees right above your head. It's really frustrating. And they do that for the whole time that they're breeding themselves to feed their young. So there's not a lot you can do about it. It's nature. Obviously you are setting up a fast food restaurant for them by putting loads of beehives here. And they well, obviously they come back the season after this season, although less, because there was less hives here. So it's something you've got to be wary of. I did ask on a couple of groups on Facebook, other beekeepers, if they've ever experienced anything like that, and all of them said no. But sometimes perhaps some have, and they haven't worked out what it is. So sadly that's unfortunately what it's like. So there's no point putting bees in that now, because they won't get strong enough to go through the winter, because of the wasps will just annihilate them. Obviously there's bees in there, they might go through winter, we never know. They might recover and do well and go through winter. You don't know, but I can't see it myself, not with the amount of wasps. And this one I'll move, and then next season what we'll do is any swarms or anything, we'll see if we can use this site again and bring them here. So essentially it's two sites that I've had to shut this year. Well, I've not had to shut this one, but this one's shut itself, isn't it, kind of. But I pulled all the bees out of Eckland Lodge because it was too dodgy, too many people sniffing around up there. So sometimes sites ain't no good, you know, they ain't good. And they are difficult to get. It is difficult to get places to put bees. So you are really grateful when you do. So it is quite, what do you say, disheartening that it doesn't work out very well. But that's life, isn't it? That's nature and life. You live and learn. Anyway, it's getting late. It's about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Still daylight. The bees ain't aggressive. So I'm done. I'll take all that kit in the back of the truck back to the house for tonight. Got all the wasps around the back of the truck. That's wasps, that is. I'll take all that to the house and we'll get rid of that. And then yeah, I'll wait till dark, probably at the weekend, Friday, and then I'll move this hive out. And then it's just clear that up. Maybe leave the big hive here, I don't know. Anyway. Cough, cough, I'm done.